Hey everyone. I was thinking about something that I've experienced ever since I've been in churches, and that is being watched by people. It's almost as if they're God's police force. They want to look at others and make judgment calls on others about what they see, how they see that person walking in the Lord. I saw this years ago in street ministry when the pastor's wife took it upon herself how much I was in the flesh or in the spirit. And I remember she told the neighbors whom I had never met, came in our little home fellowship, about he's not walking with the Lord. He's slacking. And I was doing construction work with the pastor at the time, and she didn't see that as being very spiritual. So this judging of others and watching of others is a common thread that I've seen in church groups, ministry groups, where people compare what they think. They put you on a magnifying glass and they compare what they think to what you should be doing in the Lord. And of course, one of the most grievous examples is the pastor's wife. And of course, I was working with the pastor at the time, which is ridiculous. And then gossiping to other people about where you are spiritually. And the people just looked at me, blank stare. They didn't know what to say. So this is not an unusual thing. I also saw the politics of when I was a veterans chaplain. They wanted to put another chaplain in my place, a buddy who was the Commodore's friend. And even though I was doing a good job and I always reported in, did everything correctly, they put me out of my position so they could put this other guy in. So, I've seen these church politics and judgmentalism go on more than I choose to think about. And then especially on the internet people, people in foreign lands. I have one guy, he particularly liked to watch my Twitter account. And I used that Twitter account to try to educate him because I knew he was watching it on about the Illuminati and global government, which he was really into conspiracy things. But it didn't take root in him. And at one time I posted a pretty nasty little post on my Twitter feed about, I don't know, him sort of being a snowflake and running back to the leader on me and that type of thing, as I was very frustrated with the guy following my posts on the internet, things that I was interested in. And I have to say that I'm a transparent person. What you see is what you get. I don't play the sanctimonious thing that I'm above other people. At least I don't try to. It's sort of organic, my walk with the Lord, and it affects everything that I do. And I'm not saying that I see everything precisely right, because I certainly don't, but I do have a viewpoint of the world and righteousness as opposed to unrighteousness or wickedness. And so when people start judging you, especially because you've attacked their friends, because you've tried to communicate and to no avail with their friends, and then you, like I did, posted a post on there, which was attacking one of his friends, man's friends, then all of a sudden, I become the bad guy. Excuse me. But actually, I was just being myself. And since there was no reconciliation with this brother, there was no way to actually communicate what I thought between the two. What they started doing was isolating me and contrasting the differences in my viewpoints of the world, wickedness in the world, calling it political, and of course they do nothing of politics. It's all of the Lord. Well, that's human nature, I think, for people judge other people, and unfortunately, after a long period of time, I was put out because he saw it as the leader saw it as attacking other sheep. But actually, the way I felt about it is, if these people were going to snoop on me, follow my posts around the internet, and then gossip and talk back to them, well, I thought they deserved just what I posted. Because, like I say, I'm transparent. I let's bring it all out in the open. You got a problem with me, then say you got a problem with me. But don't go running down my faith and my walk with the Lord Jesus Christ because you think you're so much more sanctimonious and so much more holier than I am. That's crap. And so anyway, spying on people and all. And like I said, I got nothing to hide. That's why I post these things, because I don't hide myself from people. But spying on people is wrong. And you know what's interesting? I'm not going to mention any names, but I know elders in the church that go to, or I've heard through a brother that elders in the church go to Las Vegas and have their little fling with prostitutes, and then they come back in the church and they play elder. It's amazing that type of thing never seems to get exposed, but yet idiosyncrasies within the personality or people's perceptions of you do get exposed, and you get castigated and put out of groups because you're being yourself, and that's you know what? That's why God's our judge and not men. I could see it if I did something sinful, something against God without being repentant. I could see being put out of a group then. But just because of your viewpoints of the world and your viewpoints of walking with the Lord are different than maybe some other people who I think are rather have a very small God. They're very boxed in with thinking that's the way to be on the narrow road. Well, that's just a shame. Good day.